Hey, Kevin. What are you doing?
Playing with an octopus. I'm putting a plug on this longevity MIG Weld 250p MIG Welder so I can fire it up and show you guys how it runs. But first thing I got to do is hold my tongue in the right spot so I can get these in the hole. First thing you got to keep in mind with this machine is it is a single phase 220 or a 3-phase 220 machine. It senses it automatically. All you have to do is make sure you wire the plug right. The cable has 4 wires in it. The black and the white and the green that you would use for single phase 220. If you're working with 3-phase 220, you would also hook up this red wire. But because I only have single phase, what I'll do is I'll just twist this around and bury it down inside and then just put the cap on it so it can stay there. So if I ever want to hook it up to 3-phase, I can. So let me get this cover back on and then we'll fire it up. Okay. So we'll just leave that unplugged for a second. So Longevity did a couple of really cool things with this new machine. My old Miller 250 MIG welder had a single wheel in the drive rollers for, to feed the wire in through the cable. Come here, take a look at this. Longevity's got 2 wheels in here, 2 drive wheels. Absolutely no doubt about it, that wire is going down that cable. Up overhead, that's what the Miller was really bad with, was pushing wire up for an overhead or for a high vertical weld. It just, with a single roller, the roller would slip. Even though I got new rollers to go in there, still wouldn't do it. Still doesn't have enough oomph to get up high with it. With this thing, ooh boy, straight up, just as high as you can reach with it, and it pushes no problem. So these are the dual drive rollers that come with this machine. Not only do both of these drive, but you also have 2 grooves in each one for different size wire. So it'll handle like 4 different sizes of wire just by turning these rollers around one way or the other. Plenty of tension, positive feed. I love it. Nice design. Nice big motor inside for the drive wheels. Plenty of room in here for up to a 33-pound spool of wire. No problem pulling it whatsoever. Okay, so let's take a look at the controls on the front. Your power switch, wire speed, base voltage. If you're just if you don't want to use any of the pulse functions, you would leave these all set to 0 and just set your voltage, your wire speed, go to work. If you want to use the pulse functions, you would set your base voltage low, set your pulse voltage to what you want. Very important, remember that. The pulse voltage has to be higher than the base voltage, otherwise it won't work. Pulse width, same as if you're using AC on a TIG welder, exact same function. And pulse frequency, how many pulses do you get in a set period?
So Kevin, how do you know how to set the pulse?
Well, how do you set the pulse, or what's the pulse for? Same as with the TIG welders. It gives you a up and down spike in your voltage or in your current, so you can weld thin metal with it, much thinner than you would with no pulse. Even if you turn it all the way down, your voltage all the way down just on straight MIG, you're still going to have problem with thinner metal that the pulse will allow you to do. So into the 18 gauge, 20 gauge, 22 gauge, I mean, you can go a lot thinner with it. And what it does is it just gives you that spike and then a break and spike and then a break, so you can work with the thinner metals.
What about the displays there? Can you explain them?
This upper display, this is your voltage display. Tells you what the machine is set at volts-wise. Current, shows you how many amps are running through the machine, you know, how many amps are coming out of the end of the gun, so you can adjust those. Little warning light for over temperature, and then just a power light. Oh yeah, and in here they put 2 more controls. Don't forget these. Not sure why they hid them in here, but let me show you. So here's 2 more controls. You probably won't use these very often. The arc force, which is, it's kind of hard to explain. It helps with penetration a little. It helps with the splatter that you get as you're welding. You can turn it down and make it a little softer, and you can turn it up and make it a little harder. You know, as far as you know, I figure, you know, it's like an extra current adjustment, sort of. And you have to play with it to get used to it, to figure out how it works. And burn back, to be totally honest with you, I have no idea what burn back does. Hopefully somebody from Longevity will pop in here and tell us what it does for sure. And don't forget your adjustments for your feed on your rollers. These adjust the amount of pressure that is actually in the roller itself. And that's all the adjustments there are to it. So once you get the arc force and the burn back set, you can just close this up, keep your fingers out of the moving parts in there, and you're ready to go to work. Oh yeah. And the spool gun connector. This machine will actually run a spool gun for aluminum, but we'll get into that on another video as soon as I get my spool gun. Well, let me get back to work. We'll see you next time.